Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us the president of FedEx for Middle East, Indian subcontinent, and Africa. Please put your hands together to welcome on stage Kami Viswanathan with a huge round of cheer, everyone. Huge round of applause. Kami Viswanathan in the house. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. And let's deep dive into our next conversation that's all about cross-border trade and economic empowerment. Over to you, Sumiit.
Thank you once again, Kavya, for that. Ladies and gentlemen, interesting topic. I'll tell you why. So we had Mr. Mishra just speak about the importance of SMEs, startups. We'll be hearing a lot more about that conversation. But, with Kami, I really definitely want to talk about this because the cross-border trade and economic empowerment for businesses, small or large, is incomplete without a supply chain partner like FedEx. So, Kami, let's start off with that because you would kind of assume that, okay, sorry, layman, I come from a business background many, many years ago, and we were a small business. So, we would have at that point maybe thought, FedEx, this huge international company, how huge international global company, global offices, how can they help a small business? I would be like, okay, if I have to find a shipping partner, I'll have to go for some local small guy. But I know FedEx is doing a lot for the small businesses. So can you especially tell us how is FedEx facilitating cross-border trade for the small, medium size across India, Africa, Middle East, the sectors that you look into?
Absolutely. Thank you, Sumit. So let me start by saying that those small businesses that you talked about are economic powerhouses that are driving growth today. So it is a hugely important sector for us. Just to set some context, at this point, we see tremendous growth potential in India, both imports and exports. As a facilitator of global trade, we process $2 trillion worth of goods through our network and tend to have a ringside view of global supply chain shifts. And what we're seeing is a lot of interest from our global businesses in setting up manufacturing and export operations out of India. We also see Indian business houses going more global, and the small and medium segment is also looking to explore international markets very actively. So we are making investments in capacity in terms of creating the ability for small and medium businesses to ship from India to markets in Europe and the US, and also make critical imports from markets like Asia into India. So we've, in November, for example, we launched a freighter 5 times a week from Guangzhou in China into Bangalore, and from Bangalore onwards to the EU and the US. And this provides key connectivity for enterprises of all sizes, including small and medium, from the south into these markets. We've also made investments in expanding our infrastructure. We have expanded our gateway facilities in Delhi and Bangalore. Our state-of-the-art hub at Dubai was launched last year, and it's a key enabler for India exports and imports, because also, apart from being an air hub, it connects with our Middle East road network, which connects 7 GCC countries via trucking. And combine this with the freighters that we are adding into markets like Saudi Arabia and South Africa, it provides a lot of connectivity within the region for businesses of all sizes. Now, having said that, talking specifically about the small and medium segment, one of the things that we want to do to facilitate more cross-border trade from this segment is to simplify the process. So I'll give you an example. Imports has been a fairly complex process so far, and clearance particularly is a complex environment, with delays and difficult documentation requirements and so forth. So we created a digital tool called FedEx Import Tool, which enables small and medium businesses to upload documents in one portal. We use AI to process those documents, and businesses can also make duties and payments from the same portal. So this creates a much better customer experience. Another example is what we call one-stop solution. So for customers that want to ship both air express products, which are time sensitive, and air freight products, which are less time sensitive but still need to fly by air, and ocean freight, which are not as time sensitive and where it is price sensitive, we offer a solution across all of these shipping requirements, again with a tech interface that is seamless. So customers can book, track, ship, manage, and handle all documents with full visibility across their shipping needs. And then finally, I would say that we're also focused on enabling small and medium customers grow their business. So e-commerce is an example of that, where our FDX platform enables customers not just to ship and track, which is what FedEx is known for, but also generate demand, convert that demand, fulfill, and handle returns. So we're creating the entire ecosystem all in one place, which again goes to simplify the international shipping process for e-commerce companies, both small D2C businesses as well as larger e-commerce marketplaces, and enables them to grow their revenues. So
Fantastic. So that's great. Those are some very important and interesting insights. And one more thing, Kami, when we take this to the next step, what happens is for local businesses, how can FedEx as a global, MNC, I don't know what would you call as a global person that has as a company that has global footprint, let's put it that way. How are you able to help local businesses go global, compete on that stage? How can you play an important role there?
sure. So one of the things that we have started to do over the last 2 years is we have identified clusters. And these could be geographical and or industrial clusters across the country. So examples would be food and spice cluster in Cochin, or the automotive and leather cluster in Vellore, or the home furnishings cluster in Delhi. And what we do is offer customized solutions for these clusters, whether it's pickups and deliveries, clearance, pricing, and so on. And we also organize what we call SME Connect events, which are really networking and knowledge sharing platforms. So we do this in multiple formats, virtual and in person, where we bring experts, where we bring peers to talk about best practices in international shipping and trade, and also create a way to exchange thoughts and ideas. Recently, we also signed an MOU with the ODOP program of the government in West India. This is one district, one product. And what this does is across 750 districts across India and 1,200 or so products, we work with small and medium businesses to help them with packaging, with inventory management, and again, best practices in export. So those are some of the ways that we're closely engaging at a ground level with small and medium businesses to accelerate their international presence.
Fantastic. Kami, one last question. So we've spoken about, earlier sessions have spoken about technology. Technology is a part of every conversation. How is FedEx leveraging technology to help simplify the complexities of international shipping and trade? What are some steps being taken there?
Yeah. So, supply chain resiliency is a huge topic over the last few years, and it's a big concern and a focus area for businesses. And one of the ways to address supply chain resiliency is through visibility, and visibility through data and technology. So we have, for example, what we call a SensorWare ID, which is something we attach on our packages, which provides real-time status of those packages, especially for ones that are time critical. And our surround technology uses historical data on a variety of factors, including weather, to predict where there could be delays. So we can put in place interventions to address those potential delays. And one of the other things we're also doing, given the focus on sustainability, is we have a tool called Sustainability Insight, which gives almost real-time information on carbon emissions of shipments in our network to our customers. So this helps them choose plan their supply chains better and also with their ESG reporting. So those are some of the ways we're leveraging technology to make supply chains smarter, more sustainable, and relevant for businesses.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Kami, for your time and for shedding light and sharing these important insights of what FedEx is doing to help improve cross-border trade and economic empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for
you.
Kami Viswanathan. Thank you so much, Kami.